Hi, I'm not like the other moms. And I don't mean this in a quirky way. I have depression. In fact, I've had depression for as long as I can remember. The moment, the exact moment my daughter came out, I had severe postpartum depression. This is not to be confused with postpartum psychosis. Postpartum psychosis is a mental illness that comes where people can become violent. I was not violent. I had no thought to harm my daughter or myself, surprisingly, with the last one, because I have had depression where I did want to harm myself. But with my postpartum depression, I did not want to harm myself. I had absolutely no ill thought to myself or my daughter. I was just very, very intensely sad. I'm sad. There's no real word that I can say to describe it. I feel like the word sad does carry more weight than people think it does, because now people say the word depression so much and so often that I feel like a lot of the importance of what it really means to be depressed is taken away. Um, I have what I call attachment depression. Now, with postpartum depression, I could be having a normal conversation. I was having normal conversations, and in the middle of that conversation, I would tears would just start flowing down my face, and I didn't realize it was coming. I couldn't stop it. It was just tears flowing down my face. Um, I still have insane attachment depression. It didn't go away. The postpartum depression, it went away to a point, but like I said, I've always had depression. I still have depression. I have attachment depression, which means that I latch on to people and moments. And I try to hold them as tightly as I can, even though I know it is futile. It's not going to work. Moments are going to slip away. Time is going to slip away. Seconds are going to slip away. We're changing constantly. We're going to continue to change despite how I feel about that, how much I don't want that. It's weird because I want to see new phases, new stages, changes, but at the same time, I want to hold on to what I know and what I see right now. Um, when I had postpartum depression, I didn't always sleep when my child did, even though I was completely drained, even though I was bombarded with extreme sorrow, constant anxiety, knowing that I needed to sleep, and this extreme weight of fatigue. I still would not go to sleep sometimes. I would sit there and watch my daughter sleep because I was trying so hard to hold on to those seconds. I was trying so hard to see her face and memorize every little inch of it in my head. And I would cry. I would cry looking at her, knowing a second just passed, and another one, and another one. Oh, one more just passed. And it was hard because I was trying so hard to hold on to those moments. And I told myself something. It sort of helped me, but with depression, any type of depression, you cannot control it. You can try to control it. You can try to stop it. It doesn't go away. But I told myself, right now, there is an older version of me with an older version of my daughter who is crying and regretting the fact that I was sitting here right now crying for this moment instead of living in it. And I would tell myself that repeatedly, and sometimes it would help, sometimes it wouldn't. But like I said, my attachment does remain. I can't put my daughter to bed and have me time. Um, I can't go about my day, or I can't think to put her to sleep and go about my day. I get really desolate. I get really sad thinking about her being away, even for those few seconds, those few hours. I feel very alone when she's sleeping, and I still sometimes look at her and I shed like a tear or two in silence because I'm like, she's sleeping and I'm awake. Time is passing. And this goes hand in hand with the insomnia and the anxiety that I battle with every day. It is a constant battle. It this this attachment depression affects the insomnia. And this insomnia affects the anxiety, and it's just all just this. Each one is a cogwheel in the mechanism that just grinds the gears around and around, and it's just this never-ending process. It's just this constant struggle. I get sad every day when it's our bedtime. It has not gone away. It is not. It's gotten better. I don't cry every day, but I do get sad every time I know that her bedtime is approaching. I start to feel sad. I start to feel alone. I start to think about, did I spend enough time with her today? Did I play enough with her today? I uh, I know in a normal household, in an everyday normal household, mom will put baby to bed in another room. My daughter has never been in another room. Since the beginning of her life, she has always been in the same room as me. I could never put her in a different room. Uh, Now, in the beginning, this wasn't even an option because we was in a very bad place. I was living with my ex in a motel. It was one room. But even after that, even like coming to visit my parents, we had multiple rooms, but I still would not put her in another room. I couldn't. It was a thing with me. From the second I had given birth to her, she was with me. Even in the hospital, I they had like the nurses took her out of my arms. She fell asleep in my arms and I was holding her, just looking at her. I didn't want to put her down. I didn't, even though her crib thingy, her little plastic crib thingy was right beside my bed, I didn't want her in it. I wanted to hold her and have her closer to me. I wanted to be, I couldn't like lift up and look into it very well. I had tab stitches and stuff, so I was like laying in bed and I couldn't really see her very well, but I was like trying to look over and I was putting my phone up there, getting pictures and videos of her. I can't imagine putting her in another room. She has always been in the same room as me. She has always been close beside me. She grabs my arm and holds on to my arm when she's sleeping. Uh, it's so cute the way she does that. And I don't know, it's been this thing, and it was a problem in my relationship, and it probably is one of the main reasons why it did end because well, I mean, there wasn't anything I could do, like I said, at that time because I was in a motel, which is one room. I'm not anymore, but we've me and her has just grown accustomed to her sleeping in the same bed as me now. She sleeps beside me. She holds onto my arm, or she lays like on my stomach or my chest and goes to sleep. But if I can't go to sleep, I will get up once she's good to sleep, and I'll just do my own thing in sorrow and silence, feeling alone. I know this is not a normal thing. This is not a normal way of life for normal parents. And because I see posts on Facebook, I'm in mom groups on Facebook, and I see these posts, and people are asking for help putting their kids to sleep, getting their kids to take longer naps or stay down for the naps so that they can have a breather and me time. And I know that that's totally normal for them. But to me, that is not something that I know. That's not something I can do. This is the effect that depression has on me as a mother. I'm not speaking for every mother with depression. I'm just speaking from someone who has attachment depression. That's the best way I can explain it. Attachment depression. Holding on tightly, getting really bonded with something spiritually. It does affect everyday life. It does affect your emotional state, your mental state, issues that you already have. It worsens depression, it worsens sorrow, it worsens anxiety, it worsens insomnia because I'm thinking I'm laying here and I have insomnia, I can't sleep, and I'm hating myself and I'm cursing myself inside my head. I'm like, I gotta go to sleep. I gotta go to sleep. If I don't go to sleep now, I may fall asleep later, and she may wake up, and then I won't be able to get up when she gets up. I'll have to force myself to get up. I won't be able to play. I won't have the energy that she needs from me to play with her, to be active, to be present. I just wanted to discuss what it's like having just vent, just explain what it's like to have depression, attachment depression as a mom for me. I know there's probably very little people that can sympathize with me, understand, relate, and that's all right. It's just me getting on here, wanting to vent, wanting to explain, wanting to see if anybody does see this video, if anybody does watch it, if they'll be like, oh, I totally understand you. I do the same thing. I can't leave my baby. Can't be without my baby. Don't want my child going to sleep. Or, well, we know we want our children to go to sleep. And we know that they need to. And we let them. You know, we make sure they get enough sleep. But it is still sad. It's still sad because you do still feel alone. You do still feel a little desolate. Anyway, got a little bit of a dry throat. Make sure you drink plenty of water. Be kind to yourself. Say thank you to yourself. And have a good day.